All right. Hey, Shah, I don't know you as well as I know a lot of the executives I interview, and I'm looking forward today to getting to know you a little bit better.
Likewise.
Where are you calling out of? What city, state?
Yeah, so I'm in New York. Our office is in Lake Success, New York, which is 30 minutes outside of Manhattan. Uh,
Okay.
so a lot of the business that we conduct is in New York, about 70%.
Sure.
Despite the fact that we're licensed in 14 states, but we do most of our business here. A lot of five boroughs, a lot of Nassau, Suffolk, and Westchester counties.
Hold
Um,
on. I have a small problem. Can you hear him? Do you hear that?
yeah, I do.
Yeah. I have a new puppy.
Hey, oh, so cute.
He's like, Mom, I'm having nothing to do with you
Got him
ignoring
in
me
the
right
pen.
now.
I love it.
So I
He's
gotta
like,
move.
let me out.
He's like, let me out. Look at him. He's a
Let me
little.
out. Let me get in on some fun.
He's a 9-week-old, and look at his big brother. He's like,
He's so
I'm not in jail, but you are. I call it the puppy prison. Hold on.
yeah. And he's got that little puppy howl, which is cute.
He's like making his appearance. Hold on one second. Let's see if I'll see how well we're
Yeah,
gonna.
let's see how he does.
Have you ever
Oh,
been
wow.
interviewed with a
So,
woman
so,
and a
so
puppy?
tell me what breed this is, because I don't know it instinctively right off the
Yeah, this is an Australian Labradoodle.
An Australian Labradoodle. Got it.
And he's 9 weeks old, so he just joined our family a week ago.
Oh,
And
congrats.
he's
What a
been
great ad.
sleeping the whole time, but I had a meeting this morning, and he says, I've been ignored, and you can't put me back in there. I want out. So he did
Yes.
the puppy thing. So
He's so cute. They love to chew and they love to, yeah. I
right.
love dogs. I'm such a big dog fan.
Are you? What kind of dogs do you have?
I had a German Shepherd growing up, a Husky, but now, I live in Manhattan. So my wife convinced me against because I was always like kind of a big dog person. I never had a small dog,
Right.
but we got a Yorkshire Terrier. So we have like a 6-pound Yorkie. And
You don't walk that, do you?
no,
That would be cool. Would
it's
be
really like to be honest, it's like kind of a house dog. Like she doesn't really like run around too much outside, but my wife was like, "You're gonna love it, trust me." And I love it. She's a great dog, and
cool.
she's super loving and affectionate and fun. You just gotta be careful because she's little.
Well, I love dog people, and thank you for your patience as I share with you my new pet.
Yeah, of course, I love it. Yeah,
I normally I can do interviews from the office. So I'm like, he's being such a good little guy. He's being quiet. I can take the risk.
and he starts howling at the beginning of our interview.
I don't know if I'm going to cut this part out. Maybe we'll just like leave it in.
Maybe we'll just leave it in and have some fun.
It's life. Listen,
Good.
let me just say, first of all, thank you for your partnership as a platinum partner. It means you have unlimited access to everything. And
Yeah.
Jennifer shared with me you're growing exponentially. Let me just ask you, how's the last year been in your growth? How are you doing it?
It's been amazing. So I've been in the business 14 years. I joined the broker channel about just a little over 2.5 years ago, and I went out on my own. Actually, March is 1 year, so it's our 1 year anniversary.
Good.
Yeah, great. Yeah, thanks. And we do.
What a year to grow your business.
It was a really interesting and challenging year. Quick funny story is like I got my license for New York in the beginning of February, about 2 weeks after my son was born, and so I'm launching my company, making a transition. COVID happens, and I have a fairly sizable team coming over with me. So it was a really, really interesting year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me some lessons you learned in this year.
Control what you can control, right?
Mm.
Have patience. Understand that like Rome wasn't built in a day, and that it will take time, and that if you continue to take intelligent approaches to things and not be afraid to try things and calibrate, right? Like don't get stuck in. A lot of people, I feel like, in the our world get stuck in, well, we're going to do it this way, and they only go down that road. It's like, sometimes you got to go down a road and it's not the right road, so you back up and you course correct a little bit. So it's been an exciting year. It's been a challenging year. New York's been sort of the epicenter of this pandemic, right? Because we had so many cases, but we're okay. My team's okay. Things are starting to get better. Fortunately, we're excited about all this vaccine deployment, but it's been good. New York's good.
Now, are you originally from New York?
Yeah, I was born and raised here.
No kidding.
Had a 5-year sort of venture down to Florida. Tried that in my mid 20s, and I liked it, and I still love it. But just decided it was too tough to be away from family. And I have so much family here, so decided to come back and endure the cold weather. But
Okay, so when you open a new entity, right, you're going to have lots of learnings, as you just shared. Be patient, control what you can control. What were your big wins? Like things that you may or may not have even expected would be a big win, but ended up being that.
you know, just joining the broker channel as a whole was such a big win, right? Working with, I mean, and I love them. I sport their gear too, but United Wholesale Mortgage, and just forming such a deep relationship with them, understanding their process, and I'd say sort of maybe first and foremost, like just understanding that the old paradigm of how mortgages are done and the way that you do them sort of doesn't sort of stand anymore, right? You can close a mortgage in a week, in 2 weeks, and focusing on, speed, efficiency, giving your clients great deals, being willing to take lower margins and just do more volume. Um, those are some of the real, the things that I really learned over the last couple of years. But once I got out on my own, knowing that scale was the key to sort of longevity for me. Lower margins, more scale.
Sure. Sure. So what's the future look like? Are you continuing to grow or?
Yeah, we're not capping it, definitely. I just hired someone an hour ago, actually. So,
Okay,
so
good. Good.
yeah, so I mean,
Congratulations.
we're constantly recruiting, we're constantly hiring. We love um, hiring young. We love hiring new people out of school that don't have a lot of mortgage background, but have a lot of the characteristics that we're looking for. That's why our partnership with XINNIX is so important, because we have the ability to have a training partner basically, and a training apparatus and infrastructure, something that we didn't have prior to being with you guys. And then we've built supplemental training infrastructure around that. So
Mhm.
it's been great.
So tell me this, you just mentioned that you love bringing in new people. So, and you brought in quite a few.
Yeah.
Can you share your success there? Like what characteristics are you looking for that if anybody's listening in and they're wanting to bring new people
Yeah.
in?
Yeah, it's a great question, and a lot of people ask me that. But so for me, um, the transformation for me was deciding that I wanted to scale my business and really make a commitment to hiring and training and bringing in people that don't necessarily have any industry experience, and
Hmm.
training from scratch. The first scale for me was um, to understand that I needed a corporate recruiter inside my company. So once I made the commitment to scale, I said, I got to hire a recruiter. That's one, full time.
Full
And
time.
two, I have to have a training infrastructure or an apparatus in place, which was you guys, XINNIX, right? So once I had those two, I knew I could scale quickly. I knew I could scale. It would take time, and then it was just about trying to find the right types of people. And the two predominant things we're always focused on is, you know, we know they don't know anything about mortgages. So it's like, do they have a good attitude? Do they have a winning attitude, a learning attitude, a growing attitude?
Sure.
Right? First and foremost. And then do they have a good work ethic, which doesn't necessarily mean they're going to work a ton of hours. It just means that when you're here, you're dialed in, you're focused, you're working. That's what we're looking for. And we do our traditional sort of recruiting methodology and interviews and Zooms, but we also run DISC assessments on every single person, so we can get a sense of their personality, how do they learn, what are their what's their natural behavioral style, what's their adaptive behavioral style. And so that combination and sort of months of calibration have led to us having good hiring practices.
All right. So great attitude and you like disc and that's worked well for you. Uh,
We love the DISC assessment. We find it to be really good, and we find it to give us a good roadmap into someone's style. It's a snapshot of someone's style,
sure.
how they work.
Have you found certain attributes on the style that have played better for being salespeople that you're looking for?
Yeah, the D&I typically is a classic salesperson, and then the IS with a high economic motivator is typically some of the sales unicorns, the ones that can. In fact, I have two of them, and they write north of 40 loans a month. So it's interesting, and the DISC is not just for new people. Everyone in our company we run a DISC on, because it tells us a lot about their personality, their learning style, their behavioral style, how to interact with them, right? So we use a lot of those practices to try and control and construct a culture here that's enjoyable. We want everyone to come here every day and love working here and feel good about being here and feel supported and know that we're going to always focus on operating as a team. And we don't, you know, it's like a lot of that culture we learned from UWM is being a thumb pointer and not a finger pointer. So we've integrated a lot of that and sort of as we're building and developing. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, right?
Yeah,
I
be a
always
thumb
say,
pointer, like
I am responsible, right?
yeah,
I'm
like
responsible.
let me take accountability. What could I have done better? Maybe that got messed up, but I probably could have done something in there or communicated better or caught that earlier. And I think that's what we're always focused on, right? We're not afraid to make mistakes. I'm not afraid of anyone new coming in and making a mistake. It's like, okay, what happened? You made a mistake.
Right.
What was the issue? How did it become a mistake? How do we fix it fast? But more importantly, how do we learn from it and make sure that we're not making that mistake again? Is that something we're making repetitively? So
Yeah,
I
I always
think
call
that's
it, we're always going to, we all are going to make mistakes. Some people call it failure. I call it failing forward. If
yeah,
you fail forward and you figure out what you learned from it.
that's
Hey, something you're doing, Shah, that most people may not realize. You're also doing ops, right? You're training ops with our program, like you're putting people through SOAR.
that's predominantly what we're doing with XINNIX actually. Because I'm fortunate that I have a great team of a lot of really great salespeople, and most of our focus over the last year really has been the development of our operations team, scaling our operations team. So we use specifically, I know you guys are sort of known for your ground school, flight school, officer school, right? You built your business
Mhm.
on that, but we use SOAR, which is the operations training program. I would say everyone essentially who enters operations goes through that program specifically.
Great. And so your supplemental teaches, I'm going to guess, just so anybody listening in, the supplemental training that we don't train is your technology stack,
Yeah.
your process, your scripting that might be specific to your company. Is there
Yeah.
anything else?
It's the Madison mortgage process stuff. It's how we do things. And we use a learning management system. We use Talent LMS to sort of build that out. We build our videos. And so for anyone who's like using XINNIX, which is a great product, your supplementals are find an LMS that works for you and try and develop that. It will help you as you're sort of growing and scaling and trying to train.
Well, I hope anybody listening in right now, there's two major factors you just said. I want to scale. Hiring a recruiter was a big commitment. And then it was a big commitment as well, becoming a partner with XINNIX and saying, hey, I want 2 years with you guys and I want to use you as my training wing. So I just so appreciate the partnership and I want to congratulate you on making that decision and the success you've had. I mean, goodness gracious.
Thank
In
you.
a hard year with a new baby, right? New
Yeah,
baby.
with a new baby, and things have been good. It's been a good year. It's been a challenging year, but it's been a good year. And it's just all about how you look at it, right? If you
Yeah.
take the mindset of it was good and we'll learn and we'll grow, it's like there's no challenge. That's the one thing, like really, Casey, it's like the only thing I've learned about this business that I really know truly is that the only constant is change. This business is constantly changing. No matter how good you get at something and
But
how beautiful things are flowing in one direction, there's going to be something else thrown at you, right? There's going to be a new angle, rates pop, or programs change, or product changes, or
absolutely.
liquidity change. Like there's always some challenge that you're attending to, right? So it's just stay focused, stay in your lane, and try and focus on your core values and execute your business plan.
You
That's
got it. You got it.
right.
Well,
So
let me just say thanks for your time. I mean, you
yeah,
gave some great insight. I hope everybody that's listening in realizes there's nothing that holds you back. Great attitude, fail forward, learn from it, grow from it, and hire good people. As it sounds like you've got a good system that you feel real comfortable with. And
yeah,
once you get that systemized, you can continue to grow and there's nothing holding you back.
yeah. And thank you for you and your company's contribution to all of that. Right. So we've worked with you guys for a long time, not as a platinum partner until more recently, but you guys have been a big part of that. So
Thank
thank
you so much. What a privilege it is to partner with you. And we'll continue to be a big fan for you and we'll be wishing you well and cheering for you.
you. Likewise.
All right, my dear. Thank you again.
Thanks, Casey.